start with Morven. Morven Cameron. You're the last person to join the group, so let's have you go first.
Okay.
Do you want to give us a couple of sentences about who you are?
Yes, so my name's Morven. My main en route to the world of horror is I'm a horror writer, so a bit of a playwright, but most recently I've been writing some horror plays. I did one about an English serial killer, yeah, that sort of world. But yeah, big into acting and theatre, and yeah, really looking forward to getting into this.
Okay, super. A horror writer, you could probably be asked to write the pickup of this campaign for us when everything goes horribly wrong and you guys just fall entirely off the track. I might ask you to write some additional content for us.
I can try.
Dakara, you're well used to this, so go ahead. You're used to introducing yourself online. Take it away.
I mean, I don't know about that, but my name's Dakara. I'm a reactor on YouTube. I basically watch TV and people watch me watching it. I've done it for a few years now. Didn't expect to grow to where it is, but I'm absolutely loving the journey there. I've never done any D&D ever. The closest I got was Baldur's Gate, which I loved. I'm on my third playthrough of that now. So I'm very excited to dive into this and experience new things and meeting all you guys.
Super stuff. You mentioned in your bio something about touching grass, that you're good at not touching grass. Tell us a bit
Yeah,
more about that.
yeah. So I stay in the house a lot. I game a lot as well. Usually first person shooters like Overwatch, Valorant, that kind of thing. And typically introverts are very good at not touching grass. So yeah, I haven't touched it in a while. I live in my cave, which you're looking at right now. I kind of hide out in a and yeah, this is my safe space.
Okay, super. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Bob.
Um, so I'm Bob. I am an Irish actor, playwright, and voiceover artist, and that's pretty much it. I'm a dad of two kids. I'm living out here in the west of Ireland, where it's very, very, very hot today. Like I'm not a lizard. I can't live like this. You know, I grew up in the rain. I'd like to stay in the rain. That's my habitat. Um, but yeah, it was me. I have gamed Cthulhu a long, long time ago. Haven't done a lot of role play, but a little bit. And Cthulhu was my favorite of what I did do. And I'm not really into horror because I'm sensitive and traumatized, and I, I just don't like I
Excellent.
don't like to
That
be
is really
startled.
useful information for the keeper to have. I'm delighted to hear that.
Yeah, I'm jumpy. But
Excellent.
I've read a lot of Lovecraft and I've adapted some stuff for stage and bits and pieces. I worked a little bit with Jeff Vandermeer. He's kind of borderline fungal horror, I suppose.
Oh, excellent. So you also recently put on a production of your own, The Hair, and you got some pretty cool feedback. How did it feel to get that kind of really cool feedback about the work you're doing and get publicly kind of applauded?
Well, that was great. The hair got a really good reception. You mean like the reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went out well. It toured the country, got some really nice reviews, really nice audience feedback. It's great, but I think like that piece, I had a co-writer, Claire Monley, on that. That's my first time writing with somebody, and I think that we were each other's first audience there. And if the reviews had been terrible, we wouldn't have. Obviously it's great, but when you feel like you've made something that you're proud of and you have expressed yourselves as best you can, the reviews are a bit of a bonus then. So you can't put too much store by that kind of thing. But the public response was great. But it was a show that I think I really liked it out of all the things I've made. That's more important. It was about a woman who transforms into a hare because she's getting bullied, so she just says, "Screw you guys, I'm off," basically. So it had kind of horror elements, although I think from her perspective it wasn't horror. It was, I'm done with this. It was very earthy, it's very pagan kind of a show.
Yeah, super stuff. And no, I love that perspective. And I think I mentioned before we started recording. That's kind of how I hope we're approaching this actual play. If we're enjoying ourselves, we're having fun, and we're enjoying the game. Um, I don't want to say that's all that matters, because it would be really nice if somebody watches it too. But I think that's the part that translates across. If you love what you've done, you come away happy, and other people can see it and enjoy it too.
Mm.
Riffing a little bit about Saorla. Tell us
Hello.
tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, okay. So these are always the questions that I'm terrible at. A little bit about me. So I live in Dublin. I'm a UX designer for a tech company. I work a lot in theatre, so I do a lot of acting. I do some writing and directing, and I'm just, I suppose, all around interested in creativity, in exploring new areas, in storytelling in general, I think, which is why I was so drawn to getting involved in an actual play. It's so much fun to get immersed in a world like this. Um, Other things about me, I have a cat.
Ah,
He's very
super
cute.
stuff.
Yeah,
Cats are the best.
cats are the best.
Cats and horses. I'm equally allergic to both as well, so
Doesn't matter.
that's all good. You've also mentioned in your bio that you love going on adventures to weird and wonderful places. The stranger, the better.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that. What kind of strange and weird and wonderful places have you been?
Oh, I think the most wonderful place I've been physically was New Zealand. I went to New Zealand a couple of years ago, and it was just, I don't know, a country like no other. Like, I suppose when I talk about adventures to weird and wonderful places, that was, I suppose, as a child, I loved reading and was quite introverted, and so books were this kind of escapism into all these like amazing places with like really interesting characters, really interesting stories, completely different worlds. That's why I'm always drawn to, I suppose, the supernatural in writing and film. So, like, for example, when I went to New Zealand, it was kind of a dream country because Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand.
Ah, fab. I was gonna ask, did you get to go and
Yeah,
see?
we did. We went to Hobbiton. We went to kind of see a few of the locations from the film, and it was just, I don't know. It's like being in another world, and it's kind of just like stepping into where these locations are filmed. You're kind of expecting the characters to just kind of pop out, and sometimes we talk about going weird and wonderful adventures, but sometimes the most beautiful places on this planet, it does feel like just going on an adventure to a spectacular place. And I love finding new things like that, or new places, new spaces. And sometimes the adventures, weird and wonderful places, are just, through acting and through reading and through writing and just being able to explore different sides of humanity through different storytelling. So, adventures to weird and wonderful places aren't always physical. Sometimes they're within you. And I think it's something that I will never get tired of.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, hopefully you're going to get to visit some weird and wonderful places in removal of masks, because particularly we're starting off in 1920s Lima, Peru. So that'll be a good first step.
Yes.
Ellie, a fellow games master, tell us a bit about you.
I'm an aspiring games master. I should probably caveat at the beginning. Yeah, so I'm Ellie. I'm a writer and former Tumblr poet from Southwest England. I have played a bit of D&D before. I have a great group I play with, but quite sporadically. So I'm really excited to be playing regularly, really building a character in the long term, and really getting stuck into a campaign. I will say I'm in the running for probably the biggest wuss at the table, although Bob might be going for my title. I am terrified of absolutely everything in fiction. I couldn't watch Doctor Who till I was like 23 because it was too scary. So I can't wait to just have the heebie-jeebies scared out of me every single week.
Okay, super stuff. And then you said in your bio something about a poem that people got tattooed on themselves. Tell us more about that. That is super interesting.
Yeah, so this goes back to the recovering Tumblr poet portion of my biography. I wrote a poem in about 2 hours when I think I was 19 or 20, because it was while I was at university. And I put it up on my Tumblr, big into the Les Mis fandom at the time. And it just suddenly started doing numbers out of nowhere. I just got really lucky the time I posted it. Everyone was very into sort of very overwrought, pretentious poetry. And it just kind of ended up everywhere. And I had people would send me pictures of the last two lines tattooed on them. And then the coolest moment was that Carmen Maria Machado, the short story writer, used it as an epigraph in her body and other parties, I think it's called. And my friend just texted me a picture of this, like, this is a big deal. I was like, that's mad. That took me 2 hours, and it's probably going to be the thing that outlasts me forever.
Really cool, really exciting.